Hello and welcome to quiz class. Today we have 100 questions for the boomers. So let's get right to it with question number 1. What uprising against French rule in 1925 signaled anti-colonial sentiment in the Middle East? The Iraqi Revolt, Persian Revolt, or Syrian Revolt? The Syrian Revolt. When rayon became a popular, affordable 1920s fabric, what was it called? Daily silk, easy silk, or artificial silk? Excuse me. Artificial silk. Who commercialized frozen foods in 1929, revolutionizing food preservation and cooking? Heinz, McCain, or Birdseye? Birdseye. Which country's soccer federation grew significantly in the 1920s with the establishment of professional leagues? France, Argentina, or the US? The US. What British tank model gained prominence in military strategy during the late 1920s? Tickers, Vickers, or Wickers? Vickers. What was the popular French 75 1920s cocktail named after? A fashion atelier, artillery gun, or alcohol volume? Artillery gun. Which 1925 Charlie Chaplin film showcased his comedic talent and boosted his global fame? The Gold Rush, The Nighttime, or The Ever After? The Gold Rush. Whose tomb, opened in 1922, ignited a worldwide fascination with ancient Egypt? Ramses, Tutankhamun, or Nefertari? Nefertari, excuse me. Tutankhamun. Which Indian festival spread across London in the 1920s, reflecting Britain's growing Indian community? Diwali, Dussehra, or Holi? Diwali. Which country's role in World War I did the 1920 Treaty of Trianon formally end? Romania, Hungary, or Poland? Hungary. Who explored the Arabian Desert in the 1920s, expanding knowledge of the Middle East? Freya Stark, Gertrude Bell, or Amelia Earhart? Freya Stark. What type of flooring introduced in the 1920s offered a durable alternative to hardwood? Carpet, laminate, or concrete? Laminate. How many home runs did Babe Ruth hit in 1927, boosting the New York Yankees' fame? 20, 40, or 60? 60. Which French literary award established before World War II became the most prestigious in France? Prix Dincourt, Prix Fancourt, or Prix Goncourt? Pre-gun court. What name did King George V adopt for the British royal family in 1917 to distance it from German roots? Windsor, Tudor, or Hanover? Windsor. Which U.S. industrial laws were strengthened in 1924 despite opposition? Family labor laws, marital labor laws, or child labor laws? Child labor laws. What British light machine gun, introduced in 1938, became standard in Commonwealth forces? Bran gun, Bren gun, or Brin gun? Bren gun. Which movie made Clark Gable a Hollywood icon in 1939, symbolizing resilience during the Great Depression? It Happened One Night, Call of the Wild, or Gone with the Wind? Gone with the Wind. What toy, made popular in the US in the 30s, became a national craze? Yo-yo, toy soldiers, or Diabolo? Yo-yo. What invention, patented in 1938, offered a leak-proof writing alternative to fountain pens? Pacer, felt tip pen, or ballpoint pen? Ballpoint pen. What product was one treatment for thyroid conditions in the 1920s and the 1930s? Hyaluronic acid, iodine, or menthol? Iodine. Which Lindbergh son was kidnapped in 1932? Henry, Edward, or Charles? Charles. How many pairs of nylon stockings sold out in 4 days in 1940 after debuting at the 1939 World's Fair in New York? 40,000, 400,000, or 4 million? 4 million. What type of gin didn't Tanqueray produce from 1937 until 1957, along with its famous dry gin? Orange, lime, or lemon? Lime. What 1936 alliance linked Italy and Germany, shaping World War II alliances? Rome-Berlin, Milan-Munich, or Turin-Cologne? Rome-Berlin. Which novel did Daphne du Maurier published in 1936, known for its suspenseful atmosphere? Jamaica Inn, Jamaica Idol, or Jamaica House? Jamaica Inn. What condition was penicillin first successfully used to treat in the 1930s? Tonsillitis, appendicitis, or conjunctivitis? Conjunctivitis. Which pen model, introduced in 1933, could hold more ink and became popular worldwide? Parker Vacuumatic, Parker Automatic, or Parker Dramatic? Parker Vacuumatic. Which blouse style became popular in the 1930s? Tuxedo, peasant, or peplum? Peplum. We are on question 30. Which conflict in 1937 marked Japan's aggressive expansion into China, preluding World War II in Asia? The Second Sino-Japanese War, the third, or the fourth? The Second Sino-Japanese War. Which soft drink brand rebranded in 1936 with a 12-ounce bottle undercutting Coca-Cola? Pepsi Cola, Dr. Pepper, or RC Cola? Pepsi Cola. Which currency, introduced in 1933, became Germany's national currency under Nazi economic reforms? Deutschmark, Reichsmark, or Reichsmark? Reichsmark. What candy bar, introduced by Mars in 1932, originally contained 3 flavored pieces? Three Musketeers, Mounds, or Charleston Chew? Three Musketeers. What designs on silk scarves were fashionable in the 1930s? Bauhaus, Modernist, or Art Deco? Art Deco. What program, begun in 1945, became known for delivering packages to post-war Europe? Dear, More, or Care? Care. Which 1946 project successfully bounced radar signals off the moon? Project Luna, Project Diana, or Project Mira? Project Diana. What type of baby food became widely available in the 1940s, improving child nutrition? Frozen baby food, dehydrated baby food, or canned baby food? Canned baby food. Which Michigan plant during World War II produced a B-24 bomber every hour? Ford Birch Run, Ford Willow Run, or Ford Plain Run? Ford Willow Run. Which children's book, published in 1942, became a bestseller in the Little Golden Book series? The Pokey Little Puppy, The Pokey Little Piggy, or The Pokey Little Bunny? The Pokey Little Puppy. What harsh winter in 1946 to 47 led to worldwide sympathy for post-war Germans facing starvation? Hunger winter, dire winter, or raw winter? Hunger winter. What unsolved 1947 murder shocked Los Angeles and remains infamous in U.S. history? Black Tulip, Black Dahlia, or Black Lavender? Black Dahlia. Which communist nation was criticized in George Orwell's 1945 book Animal Farm? Soviet communism, Chinese communism, or Korean communism? Soviet communism. What did the 1948 Shelley versus Kramer ruling prohibit enforcement of? Financially restrictive housing covenants, Racially restrictive housing covenants or domestically restrictive? Racially restrictive housing covenants. Which Max Factor Foundation was launched in 1948? Pan Pac, Pan Stick, or Pan Flack? Pan Stick. What 1947 train wreck raised concerns over railway safety in Illinois? Browner's Grove, Fauner's Grove, or Downer's Grove? Downer's Grove. Where was the 1948 Great Brinks robbery targeting an armored car depot? Boston, Philadelphia, or Baltimore? Boston. Which mystery board game invented in 1944 became a classic known for murder solving? Guess Who, Mysterium, or Clue? Clue. Which bridge connecting Niagara Falls, New York and Ontario opened in 1941? Rainbow Bridge, Waterfall Bridge, or Border Bridge? Rainbow Bridge. How did James Dean die in 1955? Overdose, poisoning, or car crash? Car crash. What anti-nuclear movement gained momentum in the 50s opposing weapons testing? Ban the bomb, ban the drop, or ban the nuke? Ban the bomb. What telephone feature, introduced in 1951, enabled long-distance calls without operator help? Long-distance dialing, trans-distance dialing, or direct-distance dialing? Direct-distance dialing. What 1950 act brought electricity to remote rural areas across the U.S.? Rural connection, rural infrastructure, or rural electrification? Rural electrification. Where was the 1956 mid-air collision that led to major air traffic changes? Zuma, Grand Canyon, or Yosemite? Grand Canyon. What marketing slogan led to Tootsie Roll Pops becoming popular in the 1950s? How many licks, how many bites, or how many treats? How many licks? What type of shoe, popular among 1950s American girls, became a youth fashion staple? Mary Jane shoes, tennis shoes, or saddle shoes? Saddle shoes. Starting in 1950, what long-term study provided critical data on cardiovascular health? Birmingham Heart Study, Framingham Heart Study, or Cunningham Heart Study? Framingham Heart Study. What type of double-decker bus, introduced in London in 1956, became an iconic city symbol? Drive master, bus master, or route master? Route master. What publisher brought romance and Western genres to mass market paperbacks in the 1950s? Avon Books, Revlon Books, or Sephora Books? Avon Books. What material featured in the elaborate car designs of 1950s American cars? Aluminum, chrome, or graphite? Chrome. What 1950s technology allowed doctors to monitor patients' vital signs remotely? Telemetry, telescopy, or teletherapy? Telemetry. Where was the Fisher Freeway introduced in 1957, becoming a major part of the U.S. road network? Detroit, Memphis, or Nashville? Detroit. Which 1955 children's book became an imaginative classic for young readers? Henry and the Pink Crayon, Humphrey and the Puce Crayon, or Harold and the Purple Crayon? Harold and the Purple Crayon. Which influential American-Israeli political group was founded in 1954? USIPAC, AISPAC, or AIPAC? AIPAC. What 1954 Greyhound bus model featuring panoramic windows expanded cross-country routes? Scenic Cruiser, Road Cruiser, or Journey Cruiser? Scenic Cruiser. Where was the mysterious Bimini Road discovered in 1968? Mexico, Morocco, or the Bahamas? Bahamas. Which shoe brand was the official Olympic shoe from 1936 to 1968? Keds, Superga, or Converse All-Stars? Converse All-Stars. In 1969, what publication was Ms. Magazine launched as a one-time insert in? Life, New York Magazine, or Cosmopolitan? New York Magazine. Which royal was born in 1961 and became a beloved public figure? Diana, Princess of Wales, Queen Mary of Denmark, or Victoria, Crown Princess of Sweden? Diana, Princess of Wales. Which aircraft with tri-jet engines was developed by McDonnell Douglas in 1967? DC-10, DC-20, or DC-30? DC-10. What type of sweetener, first synthesized in the 1960s, led to diet sodas? Dextrose, agave, or aspartame? Aspartame. Which 1967 furniture design introduced colorful molded plastic chairs? Spartan, Hanton, or Hutton? Panton chair. What concept emerged in the 1960s as more mothers entered the workforce, changing family dynamics? Backhouse kid, open door kid, or latchkey kid? Latchkey kid. What catalog, launched in 1968, offered resources for sustainable living? Whole Earth, New Earth, or Green Earth? Whole Earth catalog. What team won 11 NBA championships between the late 50s and 60s? Cleveland Cavaliers, Boston Celtics, or Denver Nuggets? The Boston Celtics. Which Soviet airline set speed records in 1961 with its Tu-114 airliner? Aeroflot, Astroflot, or Astraflot? Aeroflot. What shape was the German Autobahnring highway completed in 1960? Rectangular, circular, or triangular? Circular. Which comedy show debuted in 1975, creating stars like John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd? The Tim Conway Show, Fast Forward, or Saturday Night Live? Saturday Night Live. What novel won Iris Murdoch a Booker Prize in 1978? The Land, The Sea, or The Trees, The Trees? The Sea. What lip product introduced in 1973 offered flavors like Dr. Pepper, chapstick, Blistex, or lip smackers? Lip smackers. What did U.S. President Jimmy Carter install on the White House in 1979? Ramps, solar panels, or sensor lights? Solar panels. Which 1978 environmental scandal exposed toxic waste dumping, leading to new U.S. laws? Green Canal, Love Canal, or Tube Canal? Love Canal. Which island nation gained independence from the UK in 1976? New Zealand, Hong Kong, or Seychelles? Seychelles. What sport gained popularity in the 1970s with the invention of polyurethane wheels? BMX, skateboarding, or scooter? Skateboarding. What 1970s living room design featured sunken seating for social gatherings? Fire pit, game pit, or conversation pit? Conversation pit. Where was the Sutton Hoo excavation in the 1970s that revealed Anglo-Saxon treasures? England, Wales, or Scotland? England. What candy, introduced in the US in 1979, combines biscuit, caramel, and chocolate? Digestive, Boost, or Twix? Twix. Which 1977 Bob Marley album popularized reggae worldwide? Genesis, Testament, or Exodus? Exodus. What herbal tea brand, launched in 1970, became known for unique blends? Dilma, Lipton, or Celestial Seasonings? Celestial Seasonings. What slang term for surf culture in the 1980s described something awesome? Tubular, ripped, or groovy? Tubular. Which songwriter became famous in the 1980s for hits like If I Could Turn Back Time? Diane Warren, Carole King, or Gloria Estefan? Diane Warren. What sunglasses, popularized in risky business, became iconic in the 80s? Ray-Ban Wayfarer, Ray-Ban Aviator, or Ray-Ban Clubmaster? Ray-Ban Wayfarer. What 1985 party game involved drawing to guess words and became popular widely? Scattergories, Pictionary, or charades? Pictionary. Where did the light railway, opened in London in 1987, connect with? Surrey, Brighton, or Docklands? Docklands. What 1982 tampering case led to product safety changes after causing multiple deaths? Nurofen, Tylenol, or Panadol? Panadol. What 1985 tragedy involved a Colombian volcano, killing over 20,000 people? Armero, Burma, or Carmaro? The Armero tragedy. Which BMW model, introduced in 1986, became known for its sporty performance? The M3, G3, or B3? The M3. What Van Gogh painting sold for a record price in 1987, sparking art auction interest? Sunflowers, irises, or tulips? Irises. Which 1986 horror novel by Stephen King featured a shape-shifting clown? It, That, or Ant? It. What planet did the Voyager 2 NASA probe fly by in 1986? Uranus, Pluto, or Neptune? Uranus. Which brand of shoes gained popularity among skaters after appearing in Fast Times at Ridgemont High in 1982? Chucks, Vans, or Docs? Vans. And our bonus question. Which astronaut said one small step for mankind on July 20th, 1969? Let us know the answer in the comments. Thanks for playing this quiz. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you enjoyed it, hit that like button, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.